victory. I just got another victory. Opposition said they sick of me. We turn their future to history. They try to hit me, they missing me. Ooh, they in the way. They getting stepped on back in the day. We who they slept on. You see my place. It's never.
SB community, welcome back. This is Sheer. I know I've been away for a little bit. But as many of you know, I've been in transition. So finally at my new location that I'm gonna be at. I'm happy to be moved in. It's just been a lot of packing and a lot of box moving. Pardon me if you hear the planes overhead. But yeah, man, our New York Knicks play again tonight. And I know we've already had 2 games, and it's been a lot of talks. A lot has happened since the last time I've been on. 2 games. It's a split. Cleveland obviously is an identical foe for us. And ironically, for those of you who are new to just being in the playoffs and being a winning team and having a team that closely matches you, this is what it feels like to be a New York Knicks fan, okay? This is what it feels like to support your team, because when you hear your big bros or your dads talk about how the teams were in the 90's, this is exactly what we were facing in the 90's. In the 90's, whether it was the Bulls, obviously we really matched up well with them. The only difference is they had the best basketball player in NBA history. Ain't nothing you could do about that. But we battled them religiously 7 games. And then we had the Indiana Pacers, who were carbon copies. They legitimately and literally created their team to mirror the New York Knicks. And we battled them throughout the 90's. So there will always, and then we had the Miami Heat, who did the same thing. Pat Riley created the framework for the team that won in the 90's in New York. And then he went over to the Miami Heat, and he created, using the same formula, a team that mirrored the New York Knicks. So we're not strangers to having opponents who very closely resemble the type of frame and makeup of the team that we put on the floor. So this is to be expected. For younger fans, and a lot of people going crazy, man. And to that I say, calmate. Just calm down. Just take a moment and breathe. Because ultimately what it is this is a 7-game series. You can't have a star such as Donovan Mitchell. You can't have a star such as Garland and Evan Mobley and Jared Allen even. You can't have a team that good and expect to sweep. You can't expect it. But I do predict 6 games, and I predict 6 games for the New York Knicks. This is to be expected. It's about adjustments that are being made. It's about execution of a game plan. So everybody who's talking about Tom Thibodeau and whoever, listen, it's about the players on the floor being able to execute and being able to sustain in high-pressure situations. That's basically what it boils down to. I expect the Terror Squad to show up tonight. Terror Squad meaning Emmanuel Quickly should have a chip on his shoulder tonight, because he was the 6th man of the year. He should have a chip on his shoulder. He should be playing real upset. I have a funny feeling they're going to pull the same thing with Jalen Brunson. And we ultimately we want to be recognized. And I don't want to include everybody and put that on everybody. I'll put it on myself. I don't need the acknowledgement of everybody else. We clearly know as New York Knicks fans that's not going to happen. But what I do want is the respect. I want the undeniable respect. And I think the way to get that is simply to perform well in the playoffs. When you perform well in the playoffs and when you win a championship, they can't deny you. And the first step was the regular season. To get to the playoffs, shut everybody up. To do what it is that we did, stuck together and absorbed and withstood the storm and withstood the doubt and the criticism and the naysayers to get to the playoffs. That was step 1. They shut up temporarily, and now they're going to move the goalpost where you can't win a first-round matchup. You can't go against Cleveland. Oh, you better not lose against Donovan Mitchell. Ain't that what they saying? Listen, don't even get concerned if we go down 2-1, because they have to split now. All right. So I'm expecting Terror Squad to come out and stay focused. I'm expecting not only Jalen Brunson, but Julius Randle to raise his level of the game. And once again, I think when I say I expect the Terror Squad to show up, that is Emmanuel Quickly, that is Obi Toppin, Isaiah Hartenstein, and R.J. Barrett as part of that second unit. I think when R.J. Barrett it's going to be R.J. Barrett as part of that second unit that will continue to push forward the offense while the starters are on the bench. I think Tom Thibodeau, and excuse me if that's been the case the first two games, because in moving and then starting, at a new location, I haven't been able to watch the first two games. So I know you're just like, shit, man. You've been absent of the frustration. You don't know what we're going through. So maybe I don't, okay? But I'll be watching tonight. And I expect our team to show up and to show out. In addition to that, my prayer is just that they don't get rattled by their own crowd. And I think Jalen Brunson is going to go a long way to remedy that from happening. But I heard Julius Randle give an interview, and I was a little bit concerned. Just a little bit concerned, because he made mention to it. He said it could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. And he talked about the shaking of the floor in the Garden. And I think just overall, it was speaking to anxiety. All of the things that he described in describing the playoff atmosphere of Madison Square Garden sounded like anxiety. So my concern is, not my concern, my hope for Julius is that he embraces this being the home court advantage. You know what I mean? And that he needs to let that lean on the youngsters that are across the floor, not necessarily on him. So we will see. We will see how it impacts both sides. We will see. And we just hope that our team utilizes that home court advantage to their favor. So don't get stressed out. Don't get stressed out. Don't have concerns. Don't worry about it. We'll get through it, whatever the challenges present. And, we'll be looking at, 2-1. And then the pressure is on them to close out on the second. And then hopefully by the end of this 2-game split, it'll be 3-1. And then that's really where the pressure's on. Hopefully we're not on the other end of that stick, but we will see. All right. So listen, keep calm. Ain't nothing to be concerned about. We got it covered, and who knows? You know what I mean? We'll see what comes out of it. I'm already talking chip. You already know that. So let me know what you think. Let me know what your predictions are, and how far we could take this thing. All right? Keep this in mind. Same thing applies to life as applies to our team. If there's no struggle, there's no progress. And keep this in mind. Not only are we here, but we got next. All right? Sheer brilliance. Peace.
Victory. I just got another victory. Opposition say they sick of me. We turn their future to history. They try to hit me, they missing me. Ooh, they in the way. They getting stepped on back in the day. We who they slept on. You see my place. It's never